conversation that'll truly change your life. Jesus said, come and dine. And so in verse number 15, Jesus, after they had dined, and how many of you know if you're sitting at a table and you know there's going to be an agenda, you get down to the agenda, that's what's happening right here. He's like, all right, here's why I called this meeting. Here's why we're sitting down to eat, Peter. Jesus says to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, son of John, lovest thou me more than these? These are the fish, the representation of what would make him money, what would bring him his own control and satisfaction in his old career. He said, do you love me more than these? And he saith to him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. And he said, well, feed my lambs. And then in verse 16, he saith to him again a second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And he says, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. And he said, okay, then feed my sheep. And then in verse 17, and this is so remarkable, Jesus says a third time, giving him a third moment to express his devotion, not his denial. And in verse number 17, he says, lovest thou me? Lovest thou me, Peter? And Peter was grieved because he said a third time, lovest thou me? And he said, Lord, thou knowest all things, and thou knowest that I love thee. And Jesus said, okay, Peter, then stop trying to catch fish and start feeding my sheep.